Hi YouTube, I've got a couple of nail polishes to show you by way of a haul today. I'm just going to show you what I got from Chanel and Burberry. I haven't tried them out very much and I'm not going to swatch them, partly because I want to try and keep this video somewhat short. I'm having a few problems uploading from my iPad. I think it's since there's been a OS download and I'm finding things have changed on my phone and iPad. Anyway, I don't think it helps if the video is too long, so I'll try and keep it short. Anyway, what did I get? I've got the latest Chanel from the fashion night out, which I think is quite popular at the moment, quite difficult to get your hands on. It's called Sweet Star, and it's difficult to find out very much about whether it will be released apart from the limited release that's been with the fashion night out in places like London and Sydney and New York and Berlin and Paris and so forth. I got mine, well, I got one on eBay paying too much for it, but there are also some still available at stores in London. And I've heard that there may be a much wider release taking place in November, but I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. The fact that it just says Sweet Star with no number, which is what happens when it's a very limited release for Fashion Night Out, for example, makes me suspect that there's not going to be another run of it. Anyway, here it is. I'm wearing it on my nails at the moment. It's an amazing chrome that is basically a sort of lavender grey, but does look slightly different in different lights. I have to say it's not the most flattering colour for my skin, and it's not the most perfect application. Not that I'm very good at painting my own nails, but I did find this one was quite tough. The brush strokes really do show a bit. This is two coats with a base and a top coat, and I only put it on today, so I have a feeling it's not going to last terribly well. So with all those negatives, I will say that it's a really pretty, unusual colour. Just look at that purple there. Reminds me a bit of Paradoxical, which I think in some ways I might slightly prefer wearing. That's far less chromy, but it's got the, real grey to purple to green, looking different in different lights. It really is a very unusual colour. I can't say I've seen anything like it elsewhere, so it's not easily dupable. So I'm pretty pleased that I got that. And I did get in the Chanel store with it quite a nice sample of Le Blanc de Chanel, which is the universal illuminating base that there is quite a generous sample. I'm quite looking forward to trying. I do like illuminating bases. I use the Becca one at the moment, but I'm always in the market for something extra from Chanel. And then whilst I was in the Covent Garden shop, let's show you the full packet. There it is. On another occasion, I was taken aback to see there was another release that I hadn't read anything about, and there's really not very much about it on the internet at the moment either. And it's two reds, Expression and Exception. So Expression is one of Chanel's true reds. It's looking a bit more orangey on my monitor. It's really a true blue red, almost crimson, scarlet. I never quite know which is the right one. Crimson, I would say, in the flesh. It's a beautiful, beautiful, true red. It's definitely looking more orangey on my monitor. So think blue red, much more like the paper, which is showing up truer, actually. I don't think they look as great on me as they look on some other people. So although I love the reds, I don't wear them as much on my fingers as I do on my toes. But obviously I collect them all, so pleased to get that one. As I say, it hasn't had much publicity yet. And then this one is a bit more up my street. It's a much browner red. This is Exception. Reminds me a bit of Paparazzi, a bit of Imperial, which is a true brown. This is very much, it's going to sound horrible, a bit like dried blood. And this tends to look better on my skin tone, these shades. So I know I'm going to wear this. I know the other one that's reminding me of Accessoire, which is one of my all-time favourites from Chanel. That I have several backups because it was a limited edition. I think these are limited as well, from what I was told by the girl in Covent Garden, although frankly they didn't seem to know an awful lot about this. I'm told by Sarah in Germany, who always has good information, that there's a third one of this release, but it's not being released for some reason in Europe, only in Asia and possibly the United States. The other thing is there is currently, or about to be in the US, a three-piece release of all reds from the 1980s, and they look really nice. There's a particularly nice, slightly pearlized red, if that makes sense. Can't remember what it's called. And I asked about those in the Covent Garden store, and they said that the UK would get them on the 15th, 17th of October. So not that long to wait for yet another release, if they're right about that. So tough on my purse at the moment, isn't it? And then I splashed out for the first time on some Burberry nail polishes. Let me show you the gorgeous packaging it came in. I had to get this by post. These are a limited edition run of what I'm told will be the spring collections next year. But for Fashion Week, they presented them in little boxes of trios. So there you are, they're rather cute boxes. And here's the first one, which is the blues. So two blues and green, which I thought was going to be my favourite. I haven't worn any of them except this blue, which I had on the other day. They have a very thick brush. Well, let me tell you, first of all, I was a bit disappointed with the size. These are 8mm, which is actually tiny for a nail polish. I mean, I should say these boxes were £45 each, so you can do the maths. So you're not getting an awful lot of product. I don't mind that so much because I rarely use up a whole bottle of polish, but they were smaller than I was expecting. The other thing is the brush, if I can get the top off, is quite similar to the Dior ones. It's very, very thick and flat. I personally find that quite hard to work with. I much prefer the Chanel ones, although I know my manicurist quite likes the thick Dior ones, so I don't know, it's a matter of choice. Anyway, I freely admit I'm not great at putting on my own polish. I put this on with a base coat but no top coat because I was out of time when I was going out the other night, and it really only lasted me 2 days before chipping, so that was a slight shame. The other one, which I didn't expect to like as much, but actually I do like quite a lot, is the pinks. There's this gorgeous bricky kind of deep pink cream that I really like. They're all creams really, no shimmer, very different from Chanel. This bright, bright coral, which I think will be gorgeous in the spring or summer. And then this real dusty pink, which again, I know is not going to look great on my skin tone, but an interesting selection there. And as I say, this is supposedly the spring collection. So if you don't get on the website quite soon and pick these up, you'll have to wait till the spring. But I don't regret getting them because I love the dinky packaging, I must say. And I am excited to try them out a little bit more to see if they the formulas actually last a bit better when I apply them properly. But so far, I have to say, not 100% impressed, but very pretty colours, very pretty presentation. You know, even things like the bill came in. Oh, this was a sample of their new perfume, My Burberry, which came on a little kind of ribbon. It smells great actually, but I need to get a spray of it properly to see what it's like before I buy. But you know, even things like is this the bill? Yeah, it comes in this great envelope, so nice presentation. So that wasn't as short as I was hoping. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm waiting on tenterhooks for my Gucci delivery. I ordered online and I can't wait to get the first tranche of those products, which I will show you as soon as I can, if I manage to upload any of these videos. Anyway, until then, bye for now.